Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
That's your money saying it's time for a McDonald's run. Because with new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. Like buy a 6-piece McNuggets and add a McChicken for just $1. Your money says let's go. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and just like all of our other episodes, it will include major spoilers. You've officially been warned. If you'd like to hear the episode in full, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today to get hundreds of hours of exclusive Patreon content, all for just $10 or less. Without further ado, here is your Patreon clip. And then we have this town hall sequence.
Okay, so I really like this. I mean, the writing is on the wall pretty early. I appreciated the brief moment between Jesse and Ellie where he's training her back up to speed, and then he says, you need to write it down, because if you just go into this town hall angry, people aren't going to listen to you. And I love that that's a bit of a tease, because instead of Ellie being the angry one, we get Seth as the angry one. So he gets up there and he just rips these people a new one. And I like that we also heard somebody else make a very reasonable, rational argument saying the walls are not repaired. You're suggesting taking some of our best people to go off on what could be a suicide mission. And, you know, I like that we don't have outbursts. It's not infighting. I read on Wikipedia that a bunch of people said, oh, this sounds like a stupid podcast debate of people who like are just doing a surface level analysis. And I was like, I feel like people are being real assholes on certain aspects of this show, because like I don't get that from this scene. I was like, okay, we are getting a snapshot of how this community makes decisions. I don't want an episode of them going through the agenda and like having an impassioned defense or something. Like this does what it needs to do so that we can side with Ellie and then we can run off into the night.
Well, and here's the thing though, if I'm on that council, I'm voting no. Like
100% voting no. I'm sorry. I love Joel, but I don't need to kill potentially 16 other people for one person.
Well, and again, the theme of the game and the theme of this show moving forward is now going to be like, when should you stop? Like, what is the end goal of this revenge? I mean, obviously, yes, it's kill the person you want to kill, but it's like, at what cost? And that's what we're going to be seeing a lot for the next few weeks.
I will say, though, I really enjoyed that we gave the spotlight to somebody else to counter that very reasonable, rational argument, because I don't disagree with what Seth said either. No. Like, I don't really condone violence. I'm not a big fan of an eye for an eye justice kind of stuff. But him saying specifically, it's not revenge, it is justice. And we need to present... We need to be formidable so that people don't come and fuck with us. Because I'll admit, I frequently forget that there are human antagonists in this world. This episode was a helpful reminder. You have helpfully reminded me in the past. But like the reality is they've got a great space and a ton of resources. The idea that they will not be attacked by other people is a fallacy. So like, if these people know that they've got all this, they don't know how big a group they have. So the likelihood is that maybe you want to also just track these people down to be like, they know where we are, let's shut them up.
Well, that's why, I mean, at the beginning of last week's episode where Abby's like, I'm going to go kill Joel, but her whole team is like, it's a city. Like, what are we going to do? Although, of course, now we're like, why didn't you just go back to Seattle, bring your tank over to Jackson and, like, blow it up?
Apparently, I mean, the terrain doesn't look great for the kind of vehicles that they're driving around Seattle at the end of this episode. But yeah, I mean, the reality is that if they said, hey, are we running low on supplies? Do we want to go to war? There's a place that we could engage in battle for resources. Yeah. All this to say, yes, so the council votes no, and Ellie doesn't have an outburst, which surprised me because I totally thought it was going to be like pyrotechnics.
Well, I think it's because she decided ahead of time, like, if they say no, I'm just going.
100%. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people kind of knew that. But I like the way this unfolds. You know, she makes preparations. They are terrible. Dina comes in as the voice of reason, who is also making a bad decision to go with Ellie. But, you know, Dina has planned this out and she has thought it through. So the two of them together are a good pair.